Hey everybody, I am back with the Parenting is a Joke snack. Yum, yum, yum. So I'm here with the hilarious stand-up Casey Balsham, who not only has a little kid in her house, but she has one in the second house because she is pregnant.
The
She
uterus house, the house of uterus.
exactly. She
Yes,
dared to do it again.
we did it.
Yeah,
Oops, we did it again.
I think it's actually I will never have that insight because
Mhm.
I have just one, but it is to me, it feels like this incredible thing to be able to get like a do-over. I'm not saying that I did it all wrong the first time.
No, but it is like everyone's like, when the second one comes, you just there's more you just are kind of like not as shocked at everything. You're just like, "Oh, I remember this." But it is very also strange because Robbie keeps being like, "We have to teach someone how to eat again." And you like forget that there's all these little things that were stupid.
To
They were
eat.
s Yeah, just all these stupid things that you have to do again.
Yeah, I do remember that like you almost like swallowing is obviously a natural
Mm.
reflex, but the idea
How
of
to cut things for the baby-led weaning and all that
oh
shit, and
my
you're just
god,
like he's like, "I can't believe we have to teach someone how to, like, sit up, and we have to do tummy," like, it is just all
tummy
this stuff.
time.
Tummy time.
Tummy
Um,
time.
but you know what's so funny is this second one too is because, like we talked about before on the other one, I was so open about my IVF journey that we have this second one and everybody is like, "Oh my god, naturally?" And I'm like, "Are you no."
Right,
N
everybody wants a story that, like, "We were in
no.
Italy and, we got a little frisky after
No.
it." No.
We were in the doctor's office in Midtown doing the same fucking thing. It was no. No, no, no. Oh, were you shocked? I wasn't. I wasn't. I put a credit card down before I got there, and then we got a second one. This was not shocking. This was always the plan.
Was is it a surprise? No,
Nope.
actually, it would have been a surprise if it didn't work, to be quite
Yes,
honest.
yes, yes, yeah, but it is people are like, "Oh my god. Were you planning on it?" Very much. We very much had to budget. Yes.
Okay, so with the newborn stage that you already
Yes.
went through
Yeah.
with one child, are you thinking this time around, like, "I'm not doing" I don't know, whatever you did the first time, or you like, repeat, everything's a repeat?
I don't think I'm gonna breastfeed.
Oh, yeah.
It was so
Okay.
much. It
Oh
was
my god, it
just you're
was so
just
much. I was
plugged in
terrible.
the middle of the night, jacking off your tits. I just can't do it. I breastfed her for 14 months, and I didn't realize that I was
God
going
bless
cuckoo.
you.
I was, the I had literally had postpartum rage. Like
Yeah.
the hormones from breastfeeding were so much that I was like, I was like, the rage is coming through. Like I was taking my antidepressants. I was like, all this stuff. And I was like, I felt so like but never towards her, but just towards everything
Life.
else. Life was just very hard. So I think I might just go straight in to formula right off the bat
Yep.
because just to give myself that breather because that was a lot.
Yeah,
It's
some
so
people I've
much.
talked to, some women I've talked to enjoyed it. They loved it. It was and, that was just not my experience, and
Yeah.
I did feel like I tortured myself, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, like, I loved the closeness. I would, like, it was this whole new phase of, wanting the baby. Here's the baby, connecting with the baby, but it just mentally, it was a lot. And I had to try 3 different times to wean her off. And spoiler alert, she stopped breastfeeding at 14 months. She's now almost 23 months and she's still sucking on the empty tits to go to bed. We stopped for a couple months and somehow she found a loophole to where there's nothing in them, but she still uses them as a pacifier, so now I'm back to trying to wean again, so I was like, "I can't fucking do this." Like, I'm like, I can't I don't think I can do this again, so that's one thing,
Okay?
and also, the thing about the second one is you forget when they're a toddler and they're, like, knocking over lamps and trying to unplug
Yeah.
shit that, like, how nice it is when they just lie there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
So,
gonna appreciate that.
Casey, I'm the youngest of 6, and
They
s
lie there.
the
Oh my
lore
gosh.
the lore in my family is that when I started trying to
Lure.
walk,
Yeah.
that my mother would
Yanked your legs.
yeah.
Yep,
No. No,
yep.
no, no.
You will not. Nope. You're
'Cause I had one of those, my older brother supposedly was one of those walker I mean, this was not my kid, but it sounds hilarious, where they walk early and they don't know what they're doing, so they literally run into walls.
yeah, mhm.
Yeah. It sounds
So
terrifying
she's
and
like, "Not
hilarious.
another one, not ano" yeah. No, my friend with her 2nd baby, like, the minute he started to stand, she's like, "Get your ass down." She's like, "Nope, I'm not ready for this, I'm not dealing with this." So, yeah, I'm gonna really just enjoy the phase where they just sleep all day on you.
Oh, yeah.
They lie there, they don't need entertaining, you don't have to match colors or paint fucking penne pasta or just watch them constantly. You can leave them on a blanket and do something else.
Do whatever you want. Okay, so
Whatever you want.
okay, to that end, with your toddler, so you just said all the things that sound I know this. When you were playing, I know we're all forced to play with our kids now because that's
It's
what
true.
they make us do as parents.
I
What
know.
what do you like? What play are you like, "Yes, let's absolutely do this," other than pretend sleep time? Or what did my friends say? They would, like, lie down on their stomach, and they'd be like,
Yeah.
"Put something on my back, and I'll try to
They
guess what
have
it is."
they have all these Instagrams dedicated to, like, lying down toddler activities for the
Yeah.
parents. I do she's really fun. So, like, I mean, I love going outside. I love going out of the house
Okay.
or in the house, like, we she plays with things for, like, 5 seconds at a time, so it's really
Yes.
hard, but we do a lot of, like she's somebody there's all these studies now about kids that kind of sometimes need roughhousing and need, like, hard touch, so
Yeah.
she definitely we do a lot of throwing, she does a lot of climbing on us, we do a lot of horsey rides, we do a lot of physical play with her, and she likes that, and that's it's also fun. I mean, I could only do it for, like, a minute and a half before I'm like, "I'm dizzy," but
Right.
that seems to satisfy for the
That's
moment,
fine. Okay, yeah, and you're like, "Don't
and
kick the stomach."
I mean, she's never wanted to kill something more than this baby in my stomach. She's coming from the top rope every night, elbows on her sister. But I tell her now that there's a baby and she, like, stares in my belly button like she can see it. It's really cute.
Aw.
We do magnetiles and obviously, like, it's the
You
winter's just
okay, you
tough
like
because
building. Yeah, oh, you're just stuck
yeah,
inside. It's brutal.
you're stuck inside, but we do a lot of, I try to get her into, like, art classes and things like that, and so that's fun, although, again, she just gets like, all these other kids sit there and just do it, and she'll, like, draw one line, and, like, then she's on the floor looking for beads, and I'm like, "If this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing." I'm like, "Now
Yep.
I'm on the floor with her looking for beads," so
Listen, I'm thinking of enrolling my 9-year-old in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, so I
do
know
it.
what you're talking about.
Do it.
Yeah, I am.
Get 'em
You'll
in there,
just
get all that energy out.
yeah. What
Go
what,
kick
uh
something.
what play do you hate or, like, do you watch I used to watch the clock tick by when I was expected to, like, make up stories, like, he would just hold up well, you'd think I'd be good at this, I'm supposed to be a creative person, but he would just
Right.
hold up action figures and I'd have to make up stories. It was just like,
Yeah. No, well, I just, right now, art at home is hard because she it's like the paper is the last thing she wants to draw on, so it's the table, it's her face, it's my face, it's her hands, it's our clothes, so it's just me being like, only on the paper, only on the paper, only on the paper," and so I just put all the markers in a bag and I said, "We'll try again next year."
great.
We'll
Yeah.
do it at art class where you can draw on the table there, it's full of markers, but sometimes it gets a little she's just giving herself tattoos, and I'm like, "Mm, alright." I don't
I
mind it, but I'm also like, we'll try again later."
I did see I was at the playground this weekend, me and just the dads, which happens a lot in my neighborhood.
On
It's
the
such a
weekends.
yeah, it's hilarious. Such an old-fashioned world like we live in. Me and the
Yeah.
dads, and there was a dad walking to the playground with his, I would say she was about 4, and she had full markers all over her
Uh-huh.
face, and he had full markers all over his face, and she looked like her face was illuminated with joy, and he looked dead. And I was like,
Yep.
I see I could just look at it and see what the last hour was
Yeah.
like.
You know what's also sometimes hard is, like, when they use something wrong and you wanna show them how to do it
Yeah,
correctly, but they don't care.
they don't care.
They don't care, but you're like, "But this is not what this is," and you just kind of have to give it up and be like, "But they're having fun using it upside down."
I know.
And that sometimes is hard for somebody like me who might have a little streak of control freak in them of that, and so every so often, I'll find myself, you know, being like, "Turn it around," but then you're like, "It doesn't matter."
I
She's reading a book upside down, and she's enjoying it.
I hear you. I had a whole thing about
She's
keeping
enjoying it.
sets together. Like, I was, like,
Yeah,
keeping the sets together,
I
and
know.
I had to let that go, and it was hard.
like, I see these organization like, these women who they put all the puzzles in their own little
Oh,
zip
yeah.
up bags, and they got
Mhm.
everything, and I'm like, "I would love that," but also, like, I don't know, is that gonna make the kid feel like they can't do anything and put anything out of place when, like, that's kind of part of being a kid is exploring a little bit like that, you know? So I go back and forth with wanting to be organized, but also knowing that, like, she's almost 2, like, I
Yeah.
can't be. There's no point.
There is no point. And I put the Legos in Ziploc bags because there was
Yeah.
just so many tiny pieces,
Oh, yeah,
but
yeah. The
and we s
Legos need a home, but, like,
eh
they do all the everything in their own little
oh, yeah.
space, and you're
God,
like,
it's
I
like
just
museum archives.
it's very much like that. It is, and I go, I mean, I get it, but also shit's just you're gonna the puzzle like, Robbie lifted up the couch today, and there was so many
Oh,
so
yeah.
many things, so many parts of things that were under there, and you're like, "Yeah, that's also gonna happen." She just likes to shove things in between the cushions.
Oh, yeah, I just found a Cheerio in my closet, like, my clothing closet, and I was like, "Ah," it's like
I found something in the wash the other day where I was like, "Oh, this piece of like, these bag of chips or something weird got washed," and you're like,
stickers were getting washed
"There
all over
are
the place.
stickers all over my house, all
Yes,
over the floor,
I
in the
kinda miss
bathtub."
that. That goes away a little bit, but yeah,
Yeah,
there was a moment where there was a sticker like, there wasn't a yeah, bathtub, toilets.
stickers are everywhere. They're fucking I took a bath with Goldie yesterday, and I got out of it wasn't until I got out of the bath that I realized I had just a sticker right in the middle of my fucking forehead, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, 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 okay."
Ah, okay, now I know your husband is a fantastic person,
Mhm,
but if you wish your partner, which in this case is your husband, was
mhm.
better at one thing when it came to parenting,
Mm.
what would you ask for?
Breastfeeding. I really think it's unfair. It's
It
really
is
unfair.
unfair.
Like, she'll try on his. I'm like, get in there, get in
See
there."
if you
Like,
can make some gland happen. See if you
yeah,
can make
because
it happen.
she also likes to, like, twist and touch, like, so she will even just sleep sometimes with her hand just on my tit, like she's like we're dating or something, and no, I guess sometimes it's almost like not even his fault, but sometimes just they just want the mom so much more,
Yeah.
and it just sometimes I have to, like she'll be, like, trying to attack me, and sometimes I have to look at him and be like, "Please help," and he's just kind of like, "She wants you," and I'm like, "I don't care if she wants me, I need to turn on my side," like, 'cause she
Yeah.
sleeps with us because 'cause we're hippies, and so, like, she sleeps on me, like, right on my shoulder, and I'm, like, literally and I'm pregnant, so, like, I'm gonna have to start sleeping on my side,
Absolutely.
or they tell you that the baby will die, so
I
I'm like
know. Oh
so in the middle of the
gosh.
night, I have to be like, "Go snuggle with daddy," and she doesn't want to, and Robbie will be like, "She doesn't want to," and I'm like, I she's gonna we're in charge still. We're still in charge. We're still
Do
in
you know
charge a
what?
little bit, and so just some of those little things of, like, just because it's also, like, being overstimulation as a mother, and
Overtouching, overstimulation. I know.
all of it. So sometimes I have to be like, I know this doesn't look crazy what's happening right now, but like I'm about to bang my head against this airplane seat if you don't take a walk with her. So
I know.
please just please just know that
Clingy.
yeah. I'm
Okay,
like, so
wait a second. Casey, what's
take her
gonna
away.
happen? What's gonna happen when you can't are you gonna put 4 people in that bed? What are you gonna do here?
That I know. I'm like, we need to figure this out before this other one comes here because I don't fucking know. She has a bed, she has a room. We never did a crib, which is we she had a floor bed for a while, now she just has a big floor bed.
Okay,
But
nice.
I'm like, do we bring her floor bed back in our room and just kind of have a big flop like, I don't know. And it's not something we've kind of discussed in length, but it's like we have to probably start training for something soon
Yeah.
because, yeah, 4 in a bed is a little too many in a bed.
Well, you can read all the books you want on this and seek advice, but without knowing anything and
Mhm.
being totally not cool about giving unsolicited advice, I say bribery. Get her to
Yes.
sleep in that room with bribery.
Yep, it works. She's a sugar whore. She she'll do just about anything for a lollipop, so
But speaking of which, how
yes.
I just did the thing that I hate the most, well, let me think. I like talking about all the shitty things people say, unsolicited advice, sometimes good meaning. And if you have any, like, I remember for sure, I was renting a car with my kid in the back, doing some road gig. and I was just trying to get out of the rental thing. You know how you have to show your paperwork right before you leave the Hertz or
Mhm.
Avis or
Mhm.
Enterprise, whatever.
Mhm.
And my kid was wailing in the back. And I literally am just handing the woman the rental agreement, and she's like, "You know, your baby's hungry." And I was like,
Shut the fuck up.
"Shut the fuck up."
Shut the fuck up. I hate anybody that says anything. I wouldn't we're just at this weekend, we were at this restaurant in the hotel, and a kid couldn't be more than 2 or 3, he just starts screaming, and this fucking table of yahoos behind us, like these just Kentucky no, Kansas losers were just like, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" I turn around, I go,
Yeah.
"It's a fucking child." I go, "You don't know. I mean, this kid could have some behavioral like, you just don't know, but it's a child. Like, give him a little grace." Like, I hate when people expect
Um,
children to be adults or just even comment on any kind of behavior or anything like that. Like, it just all of that stuff. That none of that really, like, stranger advice has at least I can't remember, I blocked it out,
Good.
but we get the advice from, like, the inner circle, and that always is a bit,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know,
Right.
the grandparents that are like,
I've been through it all. Yeah,
and
the
you're like, "Hey, things have changed in the last 40 years. Guess what? Your youngest child is 40, okay? So you don't know shit about shit."
just take it away. Just take it away. You're like,
I
"Yeah,
know.
okay. Yeah, well,
Don't give her that. She needs this. Bop her on the nose if she bites your nipple." I'm like, "I'm not gonna bop her on the
bop
nose. Not
her on the nose."
not gonna bop
Like
her
a
on the nose.
cocker spaniel?
Yeah, not gonna rub her face in it. We're not doing that."
See what you did, bad girl.
Yeah,
See
yeah,
what you did.
yeah.
If there was oh, by the way, do you judge other parents?
Only if they're doing something very crazy.
Okay,
But here's the thing, because I do think, especially being an
I do.
online
I
person
do.
yeah, right?
But it's a
I
moving target.
it is, but being like, putting stuff online, I think there have been people that have there was somebody that I posted it Goldie was 3 days old. You know how they're
Yeah.
red when they a little bit of
Oh,
the
yeah.
belly rub? Somebody goes, "She's sunburned." I go, "She just came out of my vagina.
Oh my
She's
gosh.
3 days old. Do you think I put her outside in the sun?" But, like, gave she's like, "You need a sun hat and maybe some sunscreen." I go, "Kindly, she's a newborn." And she was like, "I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah." Like, I tried to be nice, but I was like, "What the like, who messages a
This
stranger to
is
be like, 'Your
oh,
baby's
yeah.
summer'?"
Oh, I got that all the time.
It
I just get like, you shouldn't has your son seen your act? No. Oh, well, he's gonna be really upset. You know what? Don't worry about it. Don't
yeah.
and he's not, by the way.
Yeah, no, they're not. I mean, I think our lives are very cool. I think if I grew up and I found out my parents were comedians, I'd be like, "That fucking rocks. Like, that's awesome. Like, we're fucking cool. Our lives are cool."
I know.
You
See,
know what I mean?
I
We're
used to
cool.
judge other parents. I'll tell you, and it's all changed. First, when he was little, I used to judge other parents on screen time. I've totally walked back on that.
Nope.
And
Yep.
I'm like, whatever you do is good. By you do it during all meals, fine,
Ye
whatever. I don't care. I
Sometimes you
mean,
need a break.
yeah, that's and also I constantly do this thing with because I get very much like screen time, and then I go, what am I saving him from? What
I
future
know.
world do I think
There's no
he's
TV.
living in
Yeah, I know.
where there's no screens?
I know.
Then I used to judge other parents late on the subway with little kids
Oh, uh-huh. Mhm.
until that was me because of
Uh-huh.
weird schedules, and then I was
Yep.
like, well, this is you know what those parents are? Working. They're probably
Working.
working.
Didn't have somebody. Yeah. I what? I judge parents on how they talk to their kids sometimes, like, because there are certain things but also I'm like, "Okay, this parent maybe doesn't have the tools or whatever." You start kinda getting like that, but, like, I don't like when people talk down to their kids or make their kids feel stupid or dumb for something that they think, and so, like, I that's the kind of stuff that I get a little judgy on when I hear a parent, like, when you see a parent dimming the child's light, which is it's hard not to have that happen because at a certain point, you're just like, you're having a moment, they're having,
Yeah,
like, everything, but when you can see it happening,
it's brutal.
I don't like
Yeah,
that's
the
when I kind of
shaming.
the shaming and just the like, a kid being so excited and running up to, like, a dad who's on his phone, who's, like, doesn't wanna have anything to do
Checked
with the
out.
kid. Yeah, man, you're just like, I get it, but also just make eye contact for a second, you'll change their lives, you know? Like, it's just every so often, like, even when I'm on my phone, I'm like, "Make eye con" I'm like, "Get like, stop." But you have to we're just so used to needing constant stuff
I know, I
that it's
know.
hard. It's hard to just watch your kid be boring all day and not wanna be on your phone, but, like, then I'll catch Goldie looking at me and I'm like, "Oh, nope, these are the times that I need to be present." I don't
Yeah.
want her growing up thinking that she's not as important as that, and it's so fucking hard.
It's so hard. I agree
So
because
hard.
your entire world is on that dumb phone. It's the emergency and the entertainment and the calendar and the
And
phone calls and it's
and
all.
everybody else's world that I'm interested in indulging in.
I know. So, okay, and give me your and this is my last one. Give me your reaction to this. I think I judged, but now I think it was really jealousy when people put really expensive clothes on their
Mhm,
little kids because it
mhm.
was the ultimate expression of disposable income, disposable
Yeah,
clothing, like,
yeah.
golden goose sneakers, things that I just knew were like outrageously expensive.
I know, I know. I guess I feel the same way. It's just kind of like, not fair that you're rich. It's not fair that you're rich and I'm not. But, like, it is sometimes you look and you're like, it's kind of somewhat in a gross way adorable,
It is
but
adorable.
but
I know.
also, like, it is does you are just kind of like, "They're gonna wear it for a week," but rich people don't care, they're ridiculous, and so I just, yeah, it is kind of like, I wish I was rich, and
I wish I
you're showing me that I'm not, and that's what I don't like.
So, and because you have a toddler and a baby, are you just saving every last scrap of everything? You're like, and it's been passed on.
I've given a lot away, but I've saved a lot of stuff, even though we'll be kind of in a different crazy thing about New York is you have to think about the seasons, like,
Yeah. Oh
so
God. Yeah.
I'm
Right.
like, "Oh my god, Goldie was a baby up it through the summer, and the new baby will be going into winter." So, like, hopefully some of it will be able to mesh, like, some will be able to overlap, but I've saved a lot of stuff that was, like, just really cute stuff or sentimental stuff that I couldn't get rid of, and I got rid of a lot because I was like, "It's also fun to buy it is
I
fun to
know.
pick out stupid shit," and I just asked Rosebud to save me some of her baby stuff for the new baby, so we'll do it
Yeah.
like that. I'll get some hand-me-downs back from the people that I gave them to, like,
Right.
from their
That's
kids that are older, so
the ongoing cycle of like, I know that
yep.
you gave this to me, but here, I feel like there was one baby steamer, the food thing where you like make little
Mhm,
steamed food for your
mhm.
baby. That, I got it at one point, but I felt like it had
Just
lost
went
its
to all your
owner. Yeah.
friends.
It's just,
Yeah, I mean, most of Goldie's clothes like, I bought some clothes, but, like, most of her clothes for, like, the first year I got from friends and stuff like that, and you're just like, "This is wonderful."
yeah,
Um,
it's that's how thrifting should be for all of us.
really should be. It really
Baby
like, I think
thrifting.
yeah, like, I think we're gonna use the neighbor's bassinet because we gave ours to somebody in our building for free, so it's like, you just kind of we're just gonna get on that little wireless system and just throw a Hail Mary for a bassinet somewhere, like, I don't know.
No, around here, the one will always show up. Just bing bong, bassinet.
Uh-huh,
So
uh-huh.
you'll be good. Thank you, Casey. Thank you
Thanks for
so
having me.
much. Everybody follow Casey on all the socials. She's Case Face B. Go see her live and look forward to a new podcast all about Broadway called It's
Mhm.
Broadway,
It's
bitch.
Broadway, bitch.
Thanks so much, Casey, and
Thank you.
can't wait to meet the new edition.
Oh, she'll be here soon.
Okay. Thank you.